Callie, how are you? Welcome to Monday.
I made it. I'm here on Monday. I'm alive.
Nice. Hey, before we jump into things, did you get any offers? I'm curious.
Not yet.
Okay. Okay, well, keep me posted with those. But
I will.
okay, well, we're Monday. So this is two things that we always do, Callie, on Monday, is we look at commitments for the week and then the market. Kai is here too. So, uh, let's see, what week are we in? Oh my goodness. It's April in a couple days. So we're week 14. So, Callie, maybe you go first. What do you need to do this week to give yourself an amazing week? What's your one commitment?
I'm going to a investment conference, so I guess I gotta get packed for that. Um, but I do need to update like my marketing profile before I go, so I can hopefully network with a lot of people and get some clients. We'll see.
Ooh, that would be great. Yeah, I think you can even level up that if you find a couple of good deals that you can talk about with people and why they should buy in Utah. That would be awesome.
That
Um,
is an
I
excellent
love it.
idea.
I love it. Jakaya, what's your one big thing? Maybe he's off doing
Didn't
something.
realize I was muted.
Oh,
I
well,
want to sign
unmute.
a BBA, new buyer broker agreement.
Nice. Do you have someone in mind?
I've got two potentials, so we'll see if I can get at least one of them. Maybe it'll be two.
Okay,
And I want
let's
to sign one new listing agreement. So one buyer,
let's
one listing.
do it. Put some people in agreements. Um, so also as we're talking about this, we have a handful of really big things coming up, and I don't want to miss any of them. On April 13th, Jason Abrams is coming to Utah. Both of you should 100% register for this. It's going to be amazing. It's $35 and we feed you lunch, kind of an idea. It's a Slick that's there in Sandy right off the freeway. So you guys should definitely register for that if you have not. Then coming up on April 20th, we have the start of Breakthrough 120. Both of you should be there for that. We're going to start with some educational foundation, and then we're going to do accountability for the next 120 days. And so the average person that comes to this signs 9 agreements. So, doing the math, 9 agreements, even if you're like 75% there, that's 6 or 7 people that you end up closing. 6 closings at 12 grand. Why can't I do math fast enough? That's $72,000 if you are capped. And so, not bad for 120 days of work. So definitely come to that. And then both of you have to come to the first step of bold no matter what. I don't care what's going on in your lives. You got to come to that one. Jakaya, you already gave me excuses why you're not doing bold. Callie, I think you should do bold. Um, it will definitely push and challenge you and help you grow your business like crazy. So be ready for all of those because you're going to see tons of announcements coming out. Actually, pay attention to your email and the text that comes from the office about all of that stuff. And then let's jump into of these stats here Monday morning towards the end of March. It's getting crazy here. So our listing count, um, gosh, we're almost to 12,000. Typically in the spring, this ticks up more and more and more, but we get more buyers. So actives might go up, they might not. Under contracts will really be the one that determines that. And sold listings 3,000. So let's dive into some of these average sold price. We're looking at where we're up 517,200 this month, which is a little up from January and February. So we're moving up with the average sold price. Um, and it's probably because of this ratio. The original list price to the sold price. We are almost at 3% below the original price. So if something goes on the market, you can probably offer 3% lower and get right there. So we're getting close. Days on market average, we're coming down, surprisingly enough. So we went from 78 to 72. Now, all of these that we just looked at are all lag measures because we're looking at closed listings. So these all went under contract sometime probably in February. And so I imagine that this trend is just the start of things because it's laggy. And then, like we talked about, we're kind of ticking up here with listings. We'll see if some of the buyers jump in. But gosh, uh, interest rates have not been our friends for the buyers here. So, what kind of conversations are you guys having around the market and what's going on? Anything?
I'm just telling people to market it like you can't control the market. If you're in a position and you want to stop renting, and you want to buy, it doesn't hurt to look at it. Knowledge is power. So might as well take a look.
Yep. Well, I was reading the other day that now Polymarket has a 50% chance or slightly above 50% chance that they actually raise interest rates when the Fed meets here soon because they think inflation will go up because of the cost of oil and how that goes throughout the whole economy. And so, with oil not being able to move through the strait, that's causing inflation everywhere. They're predicting inflation around 4.4%, which remember they want it closer to a 2, and their biggest lever to uh, control that is to raise the interest rate so that that comes down, which makes the economy a little bit slower, a little bit worse. Um, but they kind of have two things that they're worrying about right now, right? They have the jobs and the unemployment, which is steadily ticking up, and they have the inflation. Um, Inflation could probably be solved if we fix some things here in Iran. So hopefully there's some great chats going on because I know that's going on, or at least Pakistan claims that they're starting some chats. So if good things happen there, then inflation will come down, and then that should tick interest rates down. Or the other thing that could happen is if unemployment continues to go up and they're too worried because the job reports is supposed to come out this week too and they're expecting 55,000 jobs. If they don't get that many, then they're going to be a little bit more worried here about jobs. Maybe they'll keep interest rates the same, which would help us. I think the mortgage rate has already preemptively gone up. If you've been watching it over the past week or so, it's been ticking up, but they typically change before the Fed rate does, because those are not tied together, but they're usually correlated. So I think we're a little bit higher. Hopefully, if they don't raise interest rates, maybe the mortgage rate will come down a little bit. So we have all of these variables going on, and just like you said, Jakaya, we cannot control a single one of them. The few things that we do control is can you qualify now? Because that's going to be the biggest indicator that you should get in. If you can qualify now, then that is amazing because then if interest rates go down, you aren't fighting with every other buyer that's finally jumping in the market. So if qualifying now is the secret, go for that. The other things that we can do is negotiations, right? If we can find a seller finance or convince the sellers that a seller financing offer is amazing, then you might be able to sneak that in. There's also the new construction and assumption loans that are always really great as well as you're looking at different things. So we can start to get creative in how we put offers together. There's a lot going on, and can we find the best way to do this? And to be honest, buyers right now, they don't realize they can do a lot of these things. We are so like conditioned in our minds to just go and do simple loans. So finding these seller finance and educating people is great. Jakaya, you have a question?
Yes, my question is, do you, on the listing side, do you just set the term, like talk with your seller and be like, hey, seller financing, it's an option. What would you recommend from that point? Like how much of a down payment, how long of a period to pay it back? What's the balloon payment at the end? Like, do you do that on your own, have them come up with it, or have a lender that does that, give them terms,
Um,
or
Yeah, so I usually talk to them about it and I say, hey, we do have this whole other option that is really cool and actually helps me market your home better because I can send it out to a broader base of people. It's called seller financing. Basically, the how it works behind seller financing is you become the bank. And so you set what down payment they need to do, what interest rate you're going to give them, and how long they have the rate for when they make their payments, all of this. Typically, what this looks like is we want a good, healthy down payment because out of this money, you're going to pay me, the other agent, and there are some closing costs, but they're actually lower than when you sell to someone that gets a buy or a loan. And so we want to make sure you can cover those and have enough money to move into your new place. So the ideal thing is that they already have a bunch of money as a down payment, and then they can at least do like a 5% conventional loan with whatever they're getting down, or maybe they can do a seller finance on their next place too.
what have you seen
Then
for down payment? Like what percentage? Like on a $750,000 home, what would be like a good starting point or range to be like, hey,
I,
we should get 20% down or 50% down or
yep, I like at least 10 to 20%, kind of depending on what they're going to do. Because if you think like you're 3%, the buyer's agent's 3%, 6% is gone right there. And then let's just call it a 1% for closing costs, which is that it's higher than that, but maybe there's a home warranty, maybe there's a couple of other little fixes or whatever. So they're probably 7% of their money is just gone when they sell it. So then if they want to go turn around and have like a 10% down payment on a higher property, they're going to need closer to like a 15% or a 20%, sorry, a 20% down payment to be able to do something like that. If they're like in the weird scenario where they're like, we're downsizing, then a lower down payment, or even if they're like, we're going to go rent for a while as we move out of state, or something weird is happening, or we just inherited my grandma's house and blah, blah, blah. Like there's a whole bunch of scenarios where they don't actually need all of the cash. With those, I'm okay with a lower um, down payment, but it's all like, are we setting them up for their next property? Is the one thing that we need to look at. And
all right,
so if
gotcha.
there's that,
Thanks.
there's enough with that, then that's great. Then in terms of the interest rate, I just want them to be cash flow positive in that. So if they have a really low interest rate, like a 3% type interest rate, then it's really easy to have that cash flow. And we have a calculator to just kind of work those numbers backwards. Because it's nice when the sellers are getting a check for like $100 or $200 every single month. That helps them offset their new payment that they're going to get because typically their new payment is going to be higher. Most people move to the next higher house. And if they're going from a 3% interest rate to like a 6% interest rate, then they're going to have a way higher payment. But could we get them a couple $100 from their house? Like potentially. And then I'm a fan of doing like 3 to 5 years, something like that with the balloon payment. So after 3 to 5 years, then they have to pay it off. If they want to extend that, then we ask for another down payment of something and do something like that. But if you can get those, I think those are great options. It's just usually people need money out of their house, so down payment is king in all of those scenarios. So, but other than that, the
Thanks.
rest is all gravy. Yeah. So if you end up doing one of those, text me. I have a little calculator spreadsheet that we can run, so we can look in all of those. So, okay. Go out there, have some conversations. This week we are talking, we're restarting because we're basically the first of the quarter here with April starting this week. So we are on A and W. It's root beer week. So call everyone with an A and a W. talk to them. Spring is here. I mean, you guys see the trees. This is when buyers start to itch about something. Like all from like October, they're saying like we'll think about it in the spring. Well, spring is here, so you should have as many conversations because they might have told you that, and you know, hey, I need to follow up with these people because it's spring now. And you might not have heard from people that they're thinking of buying and selling this spring. So talk to them this spring. It's a great time to get in because prices have not gone up crazy. So even though interest rate has, we're kind of staying flat with our prices. So um, good time to buy, good time to sell, good time to be in the market. So go crush it. If you need anything, let me know. And then this Thursday, the other thing I wanted to mention, uh, Kelly, I think you're gone. Jakaya, I don't know if you have a listing. We're doing a listing mastermind. So if you have a listing Thursday at 2, we're going to do a little mastermind for all of you.
Sounds good.
So hopefully we'll see you there. Have a great one, everyone. See you
Thanks,
soon.
Cameron.